If you've been using the most premium AI coding tools like Claude Code or Anti-Gravity to build your websites and they still end up coming out looking like this, I want to give you a big hug because welcome to the club. They look templated, generic, and it screams a robot built this so loud that your clients can hear it. And the worst part is it doesn't seem to matter what prompt or plugin you're using. You're just stuck in this AI slop trap. But let's rewind for a second. Because the prompt or the plugin was never the actual problem. You could be using the best plugins and write the world's best prompt, and the site still ends up coming out like a college project from 2014. Have you ever heard the saying, dumb questions get dumb answers? And smart questions get smart answers. See, the issue lies in how you're giving context to the AI. And once you fix that one thing, the difference is honestly embarrassing. You'll go from this to something that looks like you dropped 10K with an agency on. I'm gonna walk you through my 4-step playbook on how to do this the right way. And you don't need any design skills. I literally couldn't pick a font if you held me at gunpoint, okay? Zero coding experience, and we're gonna knock it out in under 30 minutes. So let's get into this thing. All right, fam, I'm in ninja mode now, and I'm gonna help you slice through this confusion once and for all with these 4 simple steps of my playbook. First being finding the proper inspiration. Second is building it with the proper context. Third, refining that baby. And fourth, deploying it up. So finding the proper inspiration, I have 3 resources that you can look through that are proven and will convert. The first one that I have open here is Dribbble.com with 3 B's. The second one is Awwwards.com with 3 W's. And the third one is Godly.website. And don't worry, this entire playbook and resources are linked to my school, so you can check that out in the description below. I'm gonna stick with Awwwards.com, and I found one here that I actually really like. So let's pick it open and let's take a look at the resource. Now I really like this graphic in the background, and I like how it has a lot of animations that disappear and appear as I scroll down. I think this is super premium. So let's say this is the one that I want to rock with, right? And all we'd have to do is right click this website, click inspect, and this is where some of the scary stuff you're seeing will pop up, but don't worry, it's pretty straightforward. All we're gonna do is click styles here, and we're gonna copy all this down right here, and we're gonna copy it. And once we have that style copied, all we're gonna do is take many screenshots of this landing page and feed it into Claude Code. And I use this very simple prompt, also gonna be in the playbook. I wanna create a React/Vite project and copy this web page. Here are the screenshots, here's the URL, and down below, I pasted the HTML. So I'm just gonna paste it to go now. Now, while it's doing all the work, I just want to get clear with you guys because the inspiration aspect is actually quite simple when you're getting the context and feeding it into Claude or Anti-Gravity. Because the hardest thing to do is to use your words effectively to explain what you see going on this Vercel, landing page, and giving it words to Claude, say, hey, like, this is exactly what I want to do, yada, yada. It's like using the screenshots and the HTML from the inspect that we did gives it wonderful context. And the one thing that I really do a bit different than most is using the Claude in Chrome extension so that it can not only just use the screenshots, but it's actually going ahead and navigating in another browser what the page looks like. So it's grabbing even more context. And as you guys see, you have some of the actual cool graphics in the background that react when I actually go over it. And when you want to find awesome graphics for the website itself, now as it's building the base, we can look at some cool graphics, something similar to what we saw in the actual example we fed it. We can come here to 21st.dev and find the exact or close to it examples of what we want our website to actually look like. So if I click this one here, I can simply just copy this prompt and feed it into Claude to have it build it with code as a graphic on our website. The final thought that I want to leave you guys off with before we see what it actually creates, right? The goal is to get a template, not a one-to-one template, but a good enough base. And I think Claude with this context is going to get us close enough there so that we can get into the fun stuff and start adding the graphics. All right, I had to argue with Claude a little bit, but it seems like we got it up and running. And if Claude or Anti-Gravity doesn't give you a local host, just ask it to set up a local dev server for you. It should give you that, and then you can launch it open. And these are the examples it gave us. Is it perfect? No. But is it a solid base? Yeah, I would say it's a solid base. And we can mess with this animation in the background. It did a good job even trying to mimic that off the rip. But if we scroll down, a lot of it is pretty similar. So the question is, how do we make this exactly what we want it to be now? And it really just comes down to screenshotting a lot of this and feeding it back to Claude and telling it what you like versus what you don't like. Because now we're just going to refine this baby until it's exactly the way that we want it to. And a lot of this is really going to come down to the language, right? What kind of business am I setting up this SaaS website for? And what I did to fix the language is a verbal drop. So I just opened up a voice thing here and I whispered into Claude, and I told it this website is actually going to be for a company called Pulsebox. And the company focuses on AI widgets, which is a custom AI feedback widget that companies can plug into their website so that they can get custom feedback from their users, and it would feed using AI into their admin dashboard. So we're going to let it fix up all this language and clean up what we have here. So while it's updating and cleaning things up in the language, I found this on 21st.dev and I copied the prompt, I pasted it here, and I asked it to use this animation instead of what it currently has because I think this would fit the idea of Pulsebox a little bit better. All right, cool. So it actually updated the language. I don't like how squished this is, so we're gonna have to refine it, but it actually did end up changing the language to what we're trying to do. And we're gonna have to change this graphic as well, but we could see your all-in-one feedback engine, and it created a new graphic in the background that was very similar to this, which I really do like a lot. So we're gonna have to do some refining now, and it's just gonna be via screenshots, copy paste, boom, 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 until we get something that we really like. And like here, I like the animations here. I like this here. I don't like how this is set up with the images. This is very ugly. We're gonna have to do a decent bit to make this what we want, but we'll get there. So I'll see you guys in a sec. And if we look here, I took screenshots and I gave it context as to what's squished, what needs better breathing room. More screenshots, I talked about some hover animations and some of the text box that need to be centered. So I told it like, this needs to be more relevant to what we're doing. This looks fine. This is fine. These boxes are too big, need to be centered, smaller. And same thing here, squished, all needs to be centered. And let's see what it gives us now. All right, so this is what I came up with, and I could add a transparency layer to this and format it to where it was like on the example. But for the sake of just saving you guys time, that kind of stuff can happen in your own iteration and refining. But as far as this looking like AI slop, it's far from slop. I can go ahead and change these logos or these icons if I really wanted to, but it's added the nice animations for me. And all I would really do in a final cleanup phase, if I really wanted to, is clean up some of the spacing, add some better animations if I wanted to. Like I said, add this maybe as a transparent portion, maybe make it wider, fitting better. But as far as completing the job, it's done a really, really good job. And it's a far cry from what it was initially. So I'm happy with it. We've gotten the inspiration. We've built it out, we refined it close enough to what we actually want and like. Now it's just a matter of pushing this thing into GitHub and deploying it. If you guys don't already have a GitHub account, it's just where we're gonna actually place the code so that we can push it into something called Vercel, where it's gonna deploy your site and you can have it live on its own link. So when you create the account on GitHub, there's gonna be a plus button here. We're gonna do new repository and just name it whatever you want. Create the repository, grab the link, come back to Claude, paste it here, and just ask Claude to push the project into this repository. And what I want you guys to do next while we're waiting for things to push into GitHub is to connect with GitHub. So use the account that you signed up with GitHub on for Vercel as well. So now I'm into my Vercel account. It's free, by the way, as well as GitHub. And we can see all the code is here for Pulsebox. Come back to Vercel and go to Overview. You'll see Add New, and we'll add a new project. Now when you're here, you should see all the repos and the one that we just had set up. So all we're going to do is click Import, click Deploy, It'll start building out the deployment now. And now it's deployed. So if we click this, we'll have our custom domain here with Vercel. It's deployed and it's live, guys. And those are the 4 simple steps. I'm sure if I sat here and spent more time customizing it, I could have created something even cooler and more robust, but just to save you guys time, I wanted to keep it simple and clear to follow. If you guys got value out of this, consider liking the video and subscribing. And if you want to take it a step further and get more access to my Claude workflows and templates, consider joining my school. The link is in the description below. And last but not least, if you do want to build your own SaaS product, I have put together a full complete system inside the school for premium members, and the price is half off until March 2nd, where I can actually finish all the content for the premium side. So get in early, but there is no pressure, and I hope I get to see you guys on the next one. Take care.